Well, growing up on a farm, I always wanted to farm, and I actually went to college to get a accounting degree, and so many people thought that was weird, but I'd always knew that I would fall back to farming, and which I did, and then my son, of course, spent a lot of time on the farm as a small child, and he grew up on the farm, and it just was natural that when he got out of school that he was going to farm. And actually, don't happen too often, but when he graduated from high school, he had a farm rented, and the day that he had got out of school, there was already a crop planted. And so, and then my daughter and her husband joined into the farming operation, and then son-in-law took off with his operation, and then following that, my grandson 2 years ago, and also at the age of 18 started farming. And so we have become, I guess, a farm family. And dinner table, there's a lot of farm talk that goes on.
Cutting soybeans. One more field after this and I'll be through. Got my granddaughter, great-granddaughter, riding the combine with me this afternoon.
Have enjoyed it. I personally wouldn't want it to do anything else. I'm sure there's other things that maybe I could have been better at, but I have enjoyed my chance of being a farmer. You know, as I started reaching retirement age, that we all know that someday we're probably going to slow down and retire. Of course, have still farming a few acres, which my son is farming it for me. I can do what I want to do, but on the passing down, which is, you know, my son has followed me, my grandsons has followed me, my daughter and her husband has followed me, and then my daughter-in-law, which is Scott's wife, you know, is also involved in the farm. We have passed down of starting with me about 700 acres, and we have been able to multiply to approximately 12,000 acres. And of course, when I was farming 700 acres, 12,000 acres, you know, I wouldn't even wanted to thought that. And those 12,000 acres are multiplied into several operations. As I'd already mentioned, there's, you know, the son, the grandson, the son-in-law, and myself. So we currently have 4 generations, well, actually 3 generations, but 4 different operations going. You know, I was raised on a farm as a young teenager, probably the age of 14, which even before this, you know, I gave my heart to God, but when I was 14, I really got touched by the Lord and actually received the baptism of the Holy Ghost. And of course, as I got older, toward adulthood, I didn't always make the right decisions. But after starting the family, and at about age 23, I rededicated my heart to God and determined to do the best I could. And of course, that was at the age 23. And so that's also when I started attending Refuge Assembly of God Church, which is, I took a calculator that last night just to see how long ago that was, and I think that was like 46 years ago. And but the Lord's been good to me. I've always felt that I had an advantage over so many people because farming, we're in the bountiful, the nature, what I guess I consider what God made.